have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
What? So, Luke, what are you drinking today?
Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I mean to bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Hojo! I learned my lesson from last night. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day.
I'm going to do you a favor, Jens. I just say, ukulele.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like some of our drawstrings, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes! Yes, guys, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. This means another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because frankly, I'm done with mainstream comics. Mainstream comics suck. They're kind of boring. And indie is where the passion is. So I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend and a nice Sunday. My weekend has been busy. I've been working. I've been doing some stuff. I've been writing. I'm writing a story. I can't talk much about it, but it's basically I've been hired to write what they call a titty book. So that was kind of new, kind of interesting. So I'm trying, of course, to give it my best to make it a good story. I'm not sure if that really matters for the kind of content or the kind of audience that the book is aimed at, but still, you won't get any less from me, but my very best. So, so that was cool, and I finally took some action, and we now have a comic book on global comics. So I completely forgot about that to put the link in the description, but I will do that after this live stream so you can find it. But we're on a global comics. I just put one comic there because I have to make the comic so people can view it with panels. So you see the panels move. It's really cool, but it takes a bit of work, right? So I'm going to upload every now and then. I'm going to upload something new to there. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm just very pleased. We have a campaign going on right now on Kickstarter, and guys, and tomorrow I am expecting the printed books of Perfect 10 Book 5 to arrive. So I'll be here tomorrow waiting for the books to get here. I will check them, and then fulfillment starts. So next week, if all goes well, if the books look fine, and then fulfillment starts. I'm very I'm always a little bit nervous, you know, if everything goes right. Once the books are here, I've seen them, then that's a relief, right? I can finally relax a little bit, just for 15 minutes, and then I have to start fulfillment. So Kickstarter is now the only place where you can still back Perfect 10 Book 5. So if you still want one, go back it now. We have 3 covers to choose from, and you can also back POWERTRIP Book 2. We also have the entire back catalog, or most of it. Not all of it. Some books are just sold out, but whatever we have, you can get as add-ons. So go check it out. The link is in the description, guys. And if you can't back, that's fine. Please share, talk about it. Help me reach more people, right? All right, guys, let's see who's in the chat with us today. It is Gorilla Mar. Gorilla Mar says, "What's up, guys? I backed this project on the launch day, and I'm looking forward to reading it." Gorilla Mar is talking, of course, about Alpha Dogs, which is the campaign we're talking about today. It looks interesting. It looks pretty original, I might say. So yeah, and Gorilla Mar backs a lot of books because he needs to review them. He has a review channel, so go subscribe, guys. The link to today's campaign is pinned in the chat. You can check it out if you want. Mike is with us in the chat today. Welcome, Mike. All right, Dave, have a great Sunday night and a great drink. The latest Alan Goldman Safeguard page is amazing as always. A new very sexy costume for my Lady Wisp. It all looks awesome. Yeah, I still can't believe that I'm working with Alan Goldman on a comic book. It's absolutely crazy. So that's going on. Then we're making preparations for Perfect 10 issue 6, and also these things are connected. So I have to like do those books at once or simultaneously, right? That's the word. But yeah, Wisp's costume. You know, the weird thing is that I wanted Wisp to have a new costume for the new series. There's the Safeguard series, right? The team book, and it will be issue 1. So some characters got a little update. So Wisp was one of them, and I have been making designs for the costume for the last 3 months or something, and I just couldn't get it right. It was really, some characters are very difficult to get right, and then I suddenly just drew some lines. I'm like, what the hell I'm going to do? It was just like 3 lines or something, and this is it. It was so simple. It was really, really simple, and suddenly it was there, you know. So sometimes I don't know. Some characters are just difficult, and then suddenly you find it. So welcome, Mike, to the chat. All right, guys. Gorilla Mar says big boobas. Yeah. Who doesn't like big boobas? Crenshaw, welcome, Crenshaw. Hi, Dave, Vaughn, and chat. Vaughn, did I miss Vaughn? Is Vaughn here? And 58 Underground. Cheers, all. Welcome, 58 Underground. How are you today? How's everyone? Right, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Share this stream on the social media, because we have a wonderful guest, and he has a very interesting campaign, and we need to talk about that, to show people, you know, so people can find it. They need to know about interesting indie comics, and this is one of them. This is a very interesting indie comic. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this. let's have a very warm welcome for the guest of the hour, Mr. Jon Dexter.
How's it going? What a great intro. Thank you. I don't feel worthy of it.
Woo. Wow. Welcome, Jon.
Hey, how's it going? Long time no see. Congratulations on your book. I mean, that's always a great feeling when you get to open up the box and have your work out there so you can actually hold it. It's a pretty awesome feeling.
Yeah, you know that, right? It's crazy. You've been working on this book, and starts with little concepts like we're going to make this comic book, right? So, and then you gather the people that you need. You go through this entire process. Things go wrong. You have to spend a lot of money. You have to spend extra stuff, and then finally the moment is there that you actually have books, and that's a magical moment, man.
Yes, it is. It is. It's great. I'll never forget the first time I held the first comic book I got. I picked it up from the printers in my hand. It was pretty awesome.
What? John, even, geez, wait, what's going on? Everyone says applause from Gorilla Mar, from Mike. Applause. Crenshaw says clap, clap, clap. And John even. Oh, I get it now. John without H, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right, John. Before we talk about anything, I need to ask the famous question. What are you drinking right now?
I am drinking lemon water right now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Nothing too great. I do have to work in the morning, so.
Yeah. Better keep it safe. Yeah. Right. So we were just talking a little bit before we started about your previous campaign. That was the Dime Store Detective, right?
Yeah, Dime Store Detective. You can actually get that in this campaign as well. It did very well. There was a lot of great reviews that I've actually posted. I actually posted one just a few days ago. Someone had wrote back and told me how they enjoyed the Dime Store Detective. It's a supernatural crime mystery. So if you like, Stephen King's It, True Detective, Supernatural, then you'd enjoy it. It's got a lot of the hard-boiled noir to it, but you can actually get that during the Kickstarter campaign for Alpha Dogs, which is going on right now. We've got I think we're about 12, 13 days into it so far.
Oh, nice. So, but so was the Dime Store Detective comic book, was that your first campaign, or did you do campaigns before that?
No, Alpha Dogs was my first. That was 2021. I launched
Alpha Dogs. That's your first title.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was my first title. We're up to issue 5 right now. We've had a lot of crazy things happen in between issues. Back about 6 months ago, I was able to attain a publisher for it. So the graphic novel is able to, you can get on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any major Target.com. You can get the graphic novel, which is issues 1 through 4, or you can get it in my Kickstarter that's going on right now for issue 5. You can get all 5 issues.
Oh, that's fantastic.
In one of the tiers there, digital, or you can have the comic book in your hand.
Congratulations, man, with getting a publisher.
Thanks.
So
yeah,
who's the publisher?
Cool. I'm sorry.
Who's the publisher?
Source Point Press.
Oh, right.
Graphic novel.
Yeah. They have like 3,000 comics on Global Comics also.
Yeah.
I was browsing it today.
Yeah, they cost a lot of good stuff.
They have a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, very respectful.
Really cool, man.
So yeah, that was great.
So they managed to get you, what did you say, in stores or Barnes & Noble? What did you say?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be in some stores. Right now, I'm working towards that, making calls to bookstores. But yeah, you can get it online right now, like on Amazon. Type in Alpha Dog Jon Dexter, and you can get it. I'm pushing people towards the Kickstarter because that is going to help fund this new issue 5. Hopefully, we've been funded technically, but of course, it costs a lot more to produce a comic book. So I just got in what we could not be too stressed out. So we smashed the goal, and now we're hopefully going to be adding on quite a bit. We'll see, but it's been going quite well. It's just it's always tough, of course, as you know, as indie creators, getting the word out and people exposed to your work. But it's it's done quite well. And to get a publisher, very few people are able to get them. So the fact that people enjoyed it enough to sponsor it as a publisher, I think speaks for the quality of the story, the artwork, and we've got great artists working on it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I found one link where your book is available, Simon and Schuster.
Yep, Simon and Schuster.
The link to that is in the description, guys, if you want to buy the first volume, right? The first trade.
Yeah, it's volume 1. It's issues 1 through 4. But in this one that's going on right now, it's issues 1 through 5. So we've got the new one coming up. It's kind of a new chapter of the story. It's really exciting. We've got our main character, Buck, who was inspired by my dog, actually. It's who he's kind of based on the look. If you go to the Kickstarter page, you'll see who he's based on, the white dog we had. This one's a little different. The Buck, the main character dog, he has the ability to heal from any wound. He's smart enough to understand human speech, and he has a heightened strength. Him and his owner are on the run for mercenaries that are attempting to kidnap him to manipulate his power. So we've got a lot of mystery there. How dogs got their powers in the first place. These other dogs come to the story that have their own unique abilities. That's pretty cool. And as you can see, the artwork is really awesome.
Yeah, it looks really good, but that's with all your books, by the way. It looks really professional. So do you hire like graphic designers to make it all look fancy?
So I hired a studio, Stone Tower Studio. They're out of Argentina, and they do everything. They do the artwork, the covers, the graphics. They're a great team that I've been with since the beginning, since I first started Alpha Dogs, because it's been such an amazing job. Fernando Malik, he's the artist, interior artist of the comic, and he did actually that cover. He's done work for Marvel, DC, all sorts of different ones. So he's does a great work. Got a great colorist, Lucas Sharita. It's a great team that are producing the Alpha Dog series.
So did you say that you just basically commissioned a complete team from?
Correct.
Yeah. What did you say?
Yeah, they do it all. Stone Tower Studio.
Right. Oh, right. Excellent.
Yeah,
so they have all the talent at once.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. Lucas Sharita, he's my project manager. He's the co-owner of the Stone Tower Studio, and they put everything together, which is great. Because I'm not that good with the computer, so.
No, that's fantastic. You need to stick to your strengths, right? So hire people to do like marketing or graphic design or whatever you need, right? There's also why writers, usually it's writers who like initiate these books, these campaigns. They make it happen. They hire people, and we are the last ones in the chain who actually get paid if there's any money left, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Shall we start with the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there we go. That was really cool.
Yeah, I always tell people if the trailer doesn't hook them, I'm kind of out of ideas, because the trailers are always fantastic, and people can go back if they're interested and look back at the trailers for issues 4 through one. They're all really great trailers that kind of gives you a good idea of what we're dealing with each new issue.
That's done by the same studio who did the book also?
Correct. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And they do my Dime Store Detective as well. I've got another series called Space Cruise, and it's kind of a funny, it's a comedic kind of buddy comedy in sci-fi genre that is issue 1 is available as well in this Kickstarter.
Right. So how many campaigns did you do now?
This is my 11th. So yeah, I've been doing quite a bit. You can read a little snippet of Alpha Dogs in there in the story section. But yeah, in this new chapter, it's Buck trying to find the dogs that escaped in the last issue. And he's trying to track them down while their enemies who were trying to take them to this lab are after them as well. So he's got to try to find the other dogs with their own unique powers before the villain does of the story, the antagonist. Then you've got this other dog that's the villain of the dogs. His name's Monto. He can go to this huge hulking size, as you can see in that trailer. So it's got a lot of cool dogs with powers, and it's got a lot of heart as well. It kind of deals with abandonment with pets. So it's got a lot of meaning of it. But at the end of the day, it's a real fun superhero story, but with dogs. And even though the dogs communicate with each other, it's very grounded and very serious paced story. So it's a lot of fun. It's not hokey or anything like that.
Wow, interesting. Welcome, Darkside is Comics. Welcome, guys.
Hey,
subscribe to Darkside is Comics for daily comic book reviews. Mike says, professional ad of a trailer, short and sweet, worthy of mass broadcast on small or big screens. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think it's pretty exciting.
I think it's one of the best trailers that I've ever seen, because it's short, like Mike says. It's short, it's professional. The art is fantastic. Sometimes you have good-looking trailers, but the art is kind of subpar. The art here is really, really professional. It does the job, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, and that art you're seeing, that's all interior pages of the comic book. So
wow.
Everything you see, it's all in the comic book of that issue that you see in the trailer.
Darius Artist, welcome. He says, when you got a dog in the fight.
Quite literally.
Yes.
Yeah, this dog he's scared. Humans are very scared of him because he's this big pit bull, but he's got a huge heart. He sacrifices for other people to help them throughout the story. The dogs are trapped, and in one of the issues, he frees them instead of obeying his owner and running off. He's gonna make sacrifices to help others. And there's the villain dog of the series, Monto. He can go to this big hulking size. That was my homage cover for Hulk 1.
Holy shit. So this dog transforms. So they all have different powers. I noticed this dog, he has basically a Superman logo on his chest. Or
yeah,
something.
I wanted him designed to where he looked like, because he is our main character, and give him a unique look, but at the same time, kind of give him his own costume, if you will. So his fur is kind of in the emblem, superhero kind of emblem, which I think really is cool.
Yeah, that looks. So what's the deal? Are they like Brad with superpowers, or were these once normal dogs? Did something happen?
Yeah, so the main character dog, Buck, the white one, he was born with these powers, and we don't know how. And part of the mystery of the series is how he got the powers in the first place. Now, these other dogs have abilities, their own unique powers, because the dog, Buck, who's been on the run with his owner for all these years, she's lived a very lonely life, secluded life, hiding her dog, and she ends up getting swept off her feet by this fellow bioengineer. And she does what she's never done before, divulges the secret of the dog's abilities to him. But little does she know, Salem, her new boyfriend, already knows of the dog's abilities and has created this formula that once in possession of Buck's blood, the main character's dog, he can create his own dogs with power. So he's created this formula that he's been waiting to get his hands on Buck to use his blood to make his own dogs with their own powers. So
Right.
There's some betrayal there with the dog's owner, Buck, and she's kind of let him down by picking this new boyfriend over him. So there's kind of some cautionary tale in the story as one of the themes of abandonment, like I said, and whether it be kids when a stepdad comes into the home and they kind of get pushed aside. It deals with kind of that theme as well with the story of the dogs. I think all great stories have a deeper meaning to them, and while, like I said, it's a lot of fun, a big adventure story, there is some heart to it.
Yeah, Mike really likes the cover.
The covers are magnificent.
So you mentioned themes like abandonment and stuff. So did you set out to make a story with that theme, or did it just happen? So you started with the concept of the super dogs, and then the theme happens, or was it vice versa?
So the story kind of came about because we had a pit bull mix named Pig. As you can see in the right corner, that's his picture. That's who Buck's based on. You can also see him in the campaign. There's a picture down there in the campaign. But we had lived in this town that was going to outlaw pit bulls, and we were going to get rid of our dog. It's over. It's actually, if you scroll down, you'll see it eventually. Right. That's one of the covers right there. That's my Days of Future Past homage cover, because that's one of my all-time favorite comic book series was X-Men's Days of Future Past, and it fits with the theme because these dogs have escaped in this new issue, and Buck has to try to find them. So there's a Siberian Husky there. There's a Chihuahua that's got a heightened intelligence who's always getting into trouble because he's very cocksure of himself. So he's got to be saved a lot from the other dogs. But we had lived in this town that had outlawed pit bulls, and we had a pity mix. So we were going to get rid of our dogs. So we moved. So that kind of inspired, that was the genesis of creating the story about this dog that's feared by the public because of his breeding size, but he actually has a huge heart. And as the story come about, and I spent years developing it, that was theme just kind of worked itself in through the process of getting to the story.
So I noticed there's one human here. Why is that?
Yes, that's Ina. That's the dog's owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's in the series. Like I said, she was his owner, and has always protected him. But after being kind of swept off her feet, she kind of pushes him aside because she's, like any person, that's been on the run with their dogs to keep them away from these mercenaries that are trying to capture them. She's lived a very lonely life, and so she's easily manipulated after all these years to divulge of the secrets of the dog's powers.
Wow. So this bio engineer she met, he secretly wants to use these abilities. You would think that if such a situation was like real life, that they would try to emulate these powers in like human subjects, right? Is that part of the story also?
Yeah, well, we'll find out as the story goes along. At this point, the blood of the dog mixed in with this cocktail that he's created. So he was a very famous bioengineer in the story. Salem, the main villain of the series, he has created this cancer cocktail, which is actually real life. It's called CAR T therapy, where they take a person with cancer, extract some of their healthy cells, weaponize them, place them back into the subject, and it seeks out and kills the cancer cells. So in my story, this is done by the scientist, which actually can happen, but he's developed kind of this 2.0 version where it can cure all diseases. But once he has Buck's blood, because it is this, unique blood, we'll say, with these abilities, he's able to merge it with his cocktail, insert it into the dogs. But it doesn't work with all dogs, just certain. So we've got in this series right now, there's like 6 dogs with their own unique abilities. There's the one that's highly intelligent, one can jump 200 yards, one in the series that can turn invisible. So it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like X-Men, but with dogs, only with a story where they have to try to journey to this place to stop the Salem, the bioengineer's plot of revenge. And gets kind of revealed what he's all about and why he wants these dogs for his plans of revenge.
Man, look at these covers.
Those are some of the covers.
Yeah,
they're beautiful covers.
all fantastic.
Got
So
homage ones in there.
So how do you handle like the storytelling? Is it so do these dogs actually have like speech balloons, or is it all silent and it's all visual?
No, they have speech balloons. The dogs can communicate with each other.
Okay.
Because dogs do have their own language. Only
Sure.
this, of course, is much more, intelligence to them, because that was one of their abilities. They've kind of become self-aware, where they have the intelligence of like old preteens or kids, except for the one, the Chihuahua. He has a heightened intelligence of, say, a college student. So, they can't give you the directions to, Egypt or anything, or do math, but they can communicate into each other. Yeah, it's definitely science into science fiction, because, like I said, CAR T therapy is actually a procedure that's done. It's very expensive. I know about it because I had cancer once, so that was going to be one of the options. But thankfully, I'm all good now. So that's
good to hear.
Kind of emerged in a lot of real life scenarios to create the comic.
Wow. Did that event in your life also contribute to this story?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it did. I mean, I was kind of in a hospital bed getting chemo, working on the script. So it gave me a lot of free time. And that therapy that I was going to have to get if the other ones failed, the CAR T therapy, that I was like, oh, wow, that would work perfectly for this story. So yeah, it's got some deeper meanings of real life there.
Oh, wow. Well, luckily something good came out of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Mike says a college frat boy of a Chihuahua. Perfect. No potential lewdness and rudeness there.
No, not at all. Yeah, he's very he uses big words on the dogs just because he knows they can't understand them. He enjoys it, kind of got that Napoleon complex to him. But like I said, he's always having to be saved from disaster from the other dogs with their gifts. So it makes some humor in the story as we go along. And just to point out, the comic doesn't have swear words. There's no nudity. There is some violence because our main character dog does get shot, but he can heal from any wound, so he can heal instantly from being hurt. So it's got a little bit of violence, in there, the dog attack, but it's nothing too terrible. I'd say like 12. I don't know. It depends on your kid, I guess. So I guess from 12 above, it would be, safe. I wouldn't say give it to kids though.
Right. Not for smaller children. Right. There's artist asks, do the dogs also communicate through smells?
No, they communicate just like you and I talking to each other. The humans can't understand them. They could understand what the humans are saying, but they can't. Obviously, the humans can't understand them because it'd be all barks and howls and stuff. But
right,
yeah. Dogs communicate with each other.
Welcome, Corey Barton. Welcome, sir. Corey is a fantastic artist. I don't know if you know him, John. He's a fantastic artist. Corey, check out this art on this page. It's really, really cool. It's very difficult, by the way, to draw animals. Most people practice like human anatomy, and then you can like make some edits, make things ultra realistic or cartoony or whatever. But animals, that's very difficult usually.
And if you see the pages, he does a great job with it. He's a professional when it comes to it. But that's some of the different tiers you can have. There's a virgin variant of there. There's the retro lettering. There's all sorts of cool rewards in there for people. I gotta shut this door so you can go through. I'll be right back.
Sure. Yeah. There are a lot of tiers, a lot of options people can choose from. So this is technically the campaign for book 5, but also for the previous issues. You can get the entire series if you're missing anything. So the concept is very, very, very interesting. Mike says, hello, Mr. Androminoids, and your wraparound cover pencils look as awesome as the rest of your book. Yeah, Androminoids looks also very promising. All like shapely drawings from Mr. Corey Barton. Really curious to see more of that. Bancroft felt compelled to make a campaign giveaway magnet over the difficulty of drawing hands. Yeah, yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, I can't even draw stick people. So
There's artists. Sorry, says animals are sometimes easier to draw because mistakes in human anatomy are more noticeable.
Okay,
that's interesting.
yeah.
I think Darius has a lot of practice with animals and humans, and yeah, this is true. Right, you have a lot of options here on your campaign, John.
Yeah, a lot of variants. Try to keep these are all very limited. Some of them are limited to only 50. So I try to keep the cost as low as I can. You know, some people's variants they charge $25 for. So I try to do as best I could. And for an extra $2, you can get me to sign the comic. I'll sign it. Plus your name is in a thank you page in the back of the comic. So for only $2 more, you get it signed. You get your name in the comic book, which is I think kind of cool. I always enjoy having my name in the comics, so I made that possibility on here for only a couple extra bucks.
Excellent. So, did we see some interior art yet?
Oh, we will. There's and for only $20, you can get the digital copy of all 5 of them. So that's
this one. Yes.
Yeah, it's only $20. You get all 5 issues digitally.
Really cool. This is one continuous story.
The first 4 issues are the first chapter, and then the next chapter is 5 through 10, and then it all collects into one comic book. For that full series, it's 10 issues, and then hopefully, if the series can maintain and get more popular, there's about 50 issues in all to tell the whole story, but each
50
story is kind of, to do each one if I'm able to. But the first one is kind of broken up into the first 4 issues and then the next 6 through 10 to complete that story. So it's
so how do you manage to how do you manage to so you come up with this concept, and now already you have like things planned or laid out for 50 issues. So how do you come up with so much story material from one concept?
So the story's been going on. I've been developing it for over about 7, I'd say a good 7 years now. So I've had plenty of time. It was, I think, 4 years before I even did the Kickstarter. So I wrote it out, years at a time and kind of developed it as I went, and then I went with this first storyline of 10 issues, and as that kind of completed, I was deciding, because each series goes back in time more until we find out how the dogs got their powers in the first place. So there's a lot of mysteries in this that are a lot of fun, like this revenge plot of the antagonist with the mercenaries. They connected me. Find out and kind of drop hints as the first 5 issues come along and in the series. So it's got a lot of cool adventure of these dogs trying to come together and stop the evil dog that's in the comic. And for only $65 here, you can get a picture of your dog in the back of the comic, which is a lot of fun. And that's the one we did before with dogs as pictures that we offered. So it'll be like that for this tier if anybody's interested.
But a drawn version, right? So they send you the photo and you make a drawn version in the.
Well, for this one is the picture. Yeah, the drawn one, I did have that option. That got sold, though. I only had 3 there, and they all sold out. So this is kind of a fun one, though. This is a picture of your dog in the back of the comic.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so immortalized in the series.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all the covers there for 75. And then for 100, you get every comic I've done. You get the graphic novel of Alpha Dogs 1 through 4, the physical of all 4 issues of Dime Store Detective that's out currently, and then issue 1 of Space Cruise. And for only $100, you're talking, over 200, 250, something like that, pages of comic.
Holy shit! Well, you have a lot of tiers. People can check that out. I want to scroll down a little bit, John, because I'm curious about the preview pages. Here we are. I wanted to see this. Yeah. So this is page 1. This is the opening page.
Correct. Yeah, this is page 1, and then I dart around a few pages because I want to give the look of some of the other dogs. So that is page 1 though. Buck on the run from this police officer.
Wow. Okay, this is cool. Okay. Then he's cornered in his alley.
Mm-hmm.
This one police officer looks a little bit mean.
Yeah.
without the cap. Get some action here.
Yeah.
New dog.
And that's the Doberman hybrid, I guess you could call him. He has these red eyes, and he can run at very high rates of speed. He's with his this kind of a loser character named Toby has got to take him around town to try to sniff out the dogs as they've escaped into the city.
Right. Well, you didn't go for the obvious pick for the breed, right? Like these greyhounds can run really fast, but you picked a different breed.
Yeah.
Great. Really cool. So did you know beforehand which dog breed you wanted to use, or do you come up with Power and then you go to?
It just kind of comes to me. Yeah, it just kind of comes to me. I don't really, sit and think about it too much. I just think a certain breed fits with this personality. There's the Cocker Spaniel with the Chihuahua. She's having to protect him, of course, but he's got a lot of lofty ideas. So she's very kind-hearted, and he's kind of this cocky, self-assured dog, and she's always trying to correct him, and he doesn't really like to be corrected too much. So this is a scene in between. They're hiding out in a church here.
All right. There's a church, but there's also a refrigerator.
Yeah, there's a kitchen. There's a kitchen in the church. Yeah.
All right. There's artists. This is a good suggestion. I imagine this would appeal to dog people. You could advertise in pet shops.
yeah, that's something I should get on. I sometimes if they're nationally sold, they don't like you putting advertising. Sometimes they're okay with it. Kind of depends. I've had good and bad experiences with that. But yeah, there's me at a Comic-Con with my stand-ups.
There's the man, comic convention. Yeah, man, you have to.
That's the dog that's inspired Pig. That's me and him.
Is that your dog?
Yes, that was my dog. And that's who he's modeled after.
Oh, wow. That was your dog. So, yeah. Oh,
he passed in 2023 when issue 4 was getting done. So, but he lived to be almost 14 years old. So he lived a good, long life. And hopefully, if the series can continue, he'll be, immortalized, as it were, in the pages of Alpha Dogs, which is really cool.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, man. It sucks losing a pet.
Yeah, they've kind of become part of your family. So if this can get popular and kind of help him live on, it's neat. And those are the covers to my Dime Store Detective series that you can get in this campaign. If you like supernatural crime mysteries, it's about this detective that's after a serial killer, and we will flash back in the series 40 years earlier when he was a kid, raised by moonshiners and embroiled in the turf war. And the center of the story is this evil entity. The detective's father inadvertently releases that was trapped in a cave in the Appalachian Mountains for hundreds of years by the Cherokee. And once he unleashes it, of course, all hell is to pay, and the evil entity returns in the present time. So, not to confuse people, because it goes back and forth. The pages of 1982 are in black and white, and whenever you go to the present, it's in color. So it's easy for people to distinguish. In the past, we'll connect with the present as we go along, and kind of slowly, work out the plans of this malevolent being that's plaguing the city.
And you have a very active imagination.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
a lot of different genres.
Yeah, and the space cruising is a lot of fun. It's a comedy adventure story where we take place, hundreds and hundreds of years in the future. Humans have found this planet because Earth is no longer inhabitable. They find these two planets many thousands of light years away, but it's occupied by aliens. And while the aliens love Earthling culture, as you can see, the one alien is wearing a cowboy hat and a World War II bomber jacket, they end up having a lot of issues with the humans kind of moving in on their territory, and they end up going to war. And now, in a few years later, these three kind of, outcasts of society, this enhanced human, this obsolete android, and this alien who loves American culture, try to find, human artifacts, human treasures throughout the galaxy, and they end up getting into a lot of trouble as they do it, and end up having to save the galaxy, as it were, as the series goes along. Okay, right. So people can find books for every taste, basically, in your campaigns. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Science fiction, detectives. You have super dogs. So fantastic stuff, man. All looks great. Yeah, they're all very unique. I would say you're not going to find another one like those on the shelves of your local comic shop. They're very unique, original stories. And I pride myself in trying to create something that you're not going to find anywhere else. And yeah, that's good. It's been able to get a publisher, so that's really cool. And actually, Dexter Detective next year will be published by that publisher as well, once it gets collected into a graphic novel. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, we need to try and make things that were missing from like the mainstream, what you're not seeing right now, right? Mm-hmm. Mike says you've got my attention with Dime Store Detective 2, John. Alpha Dogs is definitely. Yeah, I promise you're going to enjoy it. Unique. Yeah, it's definitely very refreshing, and you don't have to take my word for it. I've posted reviews on my social media, and if you go to YouTube, you can watch a few reviews of the comics. I know one guy, he always does the Dime Store Detective, and he really has enjoyed it too. So yeah, I mean, like I said, to get a publish, only about 2% of comic writers actually get publishers. So I think it is a testament that it is a good comic book. I swear. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, well, congratulations, man. That's really good. Really good. So one thing I was curious about, these are things that I always like to ask, is Stone Tower Studios. Where did that come from? That name? So I just did a cold call on Facebook, writers looking for artists, and they answered it, and their art was just so much better than everybody else's. It didn't take me long to agree to take them on, hire them to do the artwork, and luckily for me, they do everything great. So. Sorry, I thought it was your like imprint, but it's. Oh no! They're out of Argentina. I hired them. Sure. To do the comic book. My bad. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this campaign is right now on the Kickstarter. The link is pinned in the chat. I have to point that way. And it's also in the description of the video. Go check it out. Go share it on social media. Talk about this campaign. Let's help John get some more eyes on this book. You have 18 more days to go. 66 backers, which is great. What kind of trajectory did you see across your campaigns? I mean, I hope every so far every campaign has gained backers. This Alpha Dog issue 4 got 120 backers, so I'm hoping I can break that. We'll see. It's now that there's going to be the graphic novel available in stores and stuff, I'm hoping that I can get a few more eyeballs towards the campaign for the Kickstarter. We'll see. Actually on February 26th, I'll be at, if anybody's around mid-Michigan, I'll be at Okemiss's Schuler Books for the release. I'll be doing a signing at their bookstore for the release of the graphic novel, which will be a lot of fun. I've never done a bookstore. I've done plenty of comic book stores, but no actual bookstore for the release of the comic. So that'll be cool. So I'm hoping this year, becomes the year of Alpha Dogs, because it's been, as anybody who does this knows, it's a long, hard road, and you feel like giving up all the time until you get past a certain hurdle, and there's another hurdle. So it's nice to be jumped past the hurdle of getting a publisher now. The big hurdle of getting my name out there so people are aware of these titles, because they are a lot of fun. Yes. And the cool thing about Kickstarter is you can back it today and no funds come out until the campaign ends March 6th. So it gives plenty of people, if they're waiting for their paycheck, you can back it now and not have to worry about paying until March 6th. So that's kind of the neat thing about Kickstarter.
Yes. Perfect. Get on this, guys. Mike says all of your titles look very well done and appealing, John. Belated but duly noted. Good sir.
Yeah, like I said, they're a lot of fun, and I promise you won't be disappointed if you read them. It's a very unique take on several genres.
Darius says, if you're looking for extra eyeballs, try promoting on furry websites. Where do you find those?
Yeah. I'm not going to buy myself a dog furry costume, but I can always try that. Might help too.
Well, this is a perfect campaign. There is this other creator, Carissa Grant. She always makes these plush toys of all these monster creatures that she has in the book. This is a fantastic campaign to make, if possible, even to make plush teddy dogs, I
definitely would like to do it in the future. It's kind of, hopefully, if the book gets, because it's very expensive just to get that thing started.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's crazy. Make sure I got quite a bit of eyeballs on it before I dared to do that.
Yeah, please don't do the costumes, says Mike. No,
no, I definitely won't. I think they pay some crazy money for those costumes.
Wow. All right, John. Fantastic looking campaign. Good luck, man. 18 days to go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I must say I respect everyone who does this and who makes this many books. Usually, even after one book, making one book, it is sometimes it's a nightmare. You have to push yourself through it, and then you have so much passion that you make another one, and you make another one, and you make another one, and you do that, sir. So respect to you. I know it's tough.
Yeah, it
right.
Is, but it's, you don't for money, you do it for the love of the story.
Yeah. All right, guys. Before we close off, one thing I want to show is my own campaign. I have something going on also right here, also on Kickstarter. Perfect 10 book 1 through 5 and POWERTRIP book 1 2. So this is also superhero stuff, but without dogs, right? This is the superhero material that you're missing right now from the mainstream. This is colorful, action-packed. You have real good heroes versus villains. It's sexy. It's macho. It's really, really cool stuff. It's drawn by Pow Rodrigues. This Perfect 10 series, Pow Rodrigues. He does fantastic work. He's been on this series from the beginning, and he's planning to finish it till the end. So issue 5 right now, it is done. I'm expecting the printed books to arrive tomorrow. So this means, Mike,
Nice.
your book is, I will send your book out this week. So everyone, if you're watching right now, you back this, I will send your books out starting next week, because tomorrow the books come in. Right. You can, if you haven't backed, please go to Kickstarter. It's the only place you can still get it, right? And you can get, you can choose this cover A, with the classic like reflection in the helmet, really cool. Or cover B, with where we have like 10 in this crazy 90s armor. It's really nuts. It's really cool. Or you can still get, we overprinted a little bit, a few extra copies from my comic campaign, so you can still get this only for a little bit more. So this is the more expensive cover because it's very rare. They're only like 50. So get that if you want. This is classic superhero stuff, guys. This is like you have I never had to write a comic book with this many characters. It's like 32 characters in the entire book. It's absolutely crazy, but somehow we managed, guys. So if you want to see how we did it, go back, go check it out. Look at that. We introduced new characters. And we also have a second new book called POWERTRIP. Issue 2 POWERTRIP is a anthology series. So it all takes place in the same universe, the Jamie Comics universe, but POWERTRIP introduces new characters, new concepts made by different creative teams. So we have, for instance, in this book, a Shadow Lion, a Brazilian street level hero who takes on the Brazilian underworld, but faces like crazy creatures. And then we have the Flying Dutchman, which is basically our Superman, but he's from the Netherlands, right? Drawn by Pow and written by myself. And then thirdly, we have the Phenomenals, which is a group of like misfits, like rejects, and they form this group of heroes because they want to be superheroes, right? So this is written by Lee Byron Carver of the Company Man and drawn by Gilbert Monsanto. And if you want, you can also commission Pow to draw a character for you. Can be any character you want. Can be your own, can be Jamieverse, can be mainstream, whatever. Pow will draw it for you. You will receive the original art physically, but also as a high-res scan, and you can use it for anything you want, right? And you get some new cards. We always have new character cards with every campaign. All right, guys, the link to this is also in the description of the video. And then, wait, share, and my screen shares. There we go. All right, let's go through the chat. Can't wait, says Mike. Yeah, me neither. This looks like quite the amping up climax, Jamie and Dave. We did our very best. I really hope you like it. John, thank you so much for being my guest for today, sir. And good luck with your campaign.
Yeah, yours too. I appreciate it.
Do you have some other shows?
Time out on your Sunday to show it off.
Yeah, sure, man. Do you have some other shows planned to go on?
Yeah, I'll be on World at War Comics tomorrow, so that'll be a lot of fun catching up with him. He's a great guy that's on there, and oh boy, I'm gonna be on John's Long Box. I don't know if you're familiar with John. There Wednesday, so a lot of great guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. All right, John, thank you, and special thanks to the chat. Thank you guys for being here. And if you're watching from the replay, thank you so much, because without you, it's just us talking and there's really no point, right? So thank you so much. I'll be back next week, same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you guys then. Have a fantastic week. Bye, guys.